by 2050, 1 out of every 3 Americans will have diabetes.
Parents, I was busy trying to maintain some balance, picking kids up from school, trying to get things done at work, just too busy, not enough time. And what I found myself doing was probably making up for it and being unable to cook a good meal for my kids. Going to fast food a little more than I'd like, ordering pizza, and I started to see the effects on my family, particularly my kids.
There are 600,000 food items in America. 80% of them have added sugar.
Over 95% of all Americans will be overweight or obese in 2 decades.
Health experts recommend that children get an hour of active exercise daily, but that's difficult, with American kids spending 7.5 hours watching TV or playing with electronics.
Some of your classmates and some of you guys were part of helping us get the first garden ready, right? So we learned a lot about how fun gardening was. At least I did. I wasn't really a gardener, and I've had so much fun. No matter where you live or what age you are, you can grow stuff.
Ways. Number one, we're working to get more information to parents so that they can make good choices for their kids. That's something that's always confusing as a mom. What do you feed your kids? How do you do it? We need to do a better job at making sure that our parents know what's best for their kids. We're working to make sure that families and communities across this country have access to quality, affordable foods. You all know this. Millions of Americans are living in food deserts. They don't have access to the kind of food that they need to live a healthy life. And we can't begin to have this conversation about healthier living for our kids if their families don't have access and can't afford the foods that they need. But even as parents work to help their kids eat right and exercise at home, we also need to make sure that they have access to healthy meals at school. For many kids, that's where they're getting the vast majority of their calories. And I know that sometimes there's a tendency to see money being spent on school nutrition as somehow taking away from what people think are the more important aspects of education, like the curriculum or teacher salaries or school supplies. And with the average school being allotted about $2.68 for each meal they prepare. $2.68, that's it. And of that, only $1.25 of that money actually goes to the food itself. I mean, you can imagine just how creative you have to be to make food interesting in the schools. But the truth is that the food that our kids eat does have a direct effect on how they learn. That's just the truth. So this isn't a luxury. This isn't a set aside. This isn't a sidebar. One recent study showed that kids who ate breakfast were more attentive, they had faster response times than kids who don't. That's learning. And with more than 31 million children participating in the National School Lunch and Breakfast programs, good nutrition at school is more important than ever.